Earlier I talked with Rolando Santos. He's the president of CNN Chile. Now we have him live with us. He has just driven to the CNN newsroom there in Santiago. And Rolando, how are things looking?
Well, actually, it's just a little after 7:15 local time, so first light, and you're really beginning to get an understanding of the damage. Depending on the system that you use, it's at least an 8.3 to 8.6, depending on which system you're using. And you can see now a lot of collapsed buildings, a lot of facade. Lots of people are on the streets throughout Santiago to be out of the building because of the aftershocks. I lost count at 25 aftershocks.
Oh my!
The initial hit was at 3:34 this morning, and I got to tell you, 1 minute I'm in bed, and the next minute I'm on the floor, and everything is coming off the walls. Now I'm a big man, about 120 kilos. Okay, so think about that for a second. As I left my apartment to get to the office, there was not a thing on the walls or on a shelf in the kitchen or anywhere else that was still on the shelves. And so it was, as I've told you earlier, I've been through quite a few earthquakes, both as a reporter and living in California and other places. No question about the severity of this. I was on the floor trying to get up and/or trying to dodge the lamp and the telephone that was falling off the table and things off the walls for a good 45 seconds. And so I think there's a good piece of this in the sense that psychologically, this country is used to earthquakes. So from that perspective, there isn't a sense of panic. And when I say good, you have to take that word in relative terms. This country is used to earthquakes, not this severe. It's been at least 100 years since they've had one this severe in the country. But people don't tend to panic like they do in other places that are not used to it. People are outside of their homes. There's a general sense of waiting to see when they can go back, looking at the damage. We've got reports, as I told you, of 20 people dead. I don't have any reports of people who are trapped in buildings, but we do have some collapsed buildings. Now, in terms of the situation between the north and the southern section, this was located about 100 kilometers north of Concepcion. Concepcion is to the south of Santiago, and that area right now is still pretty much incommunicado by telephone and by cell phones. We don't have any more reports out of that particular area. There is a main bridge that connects the north and the south, and at the moment, this bridge is located near the town of Talca. Talca is Talco, for those of you who are using maps. And that bridge is inoperable right now. So right now, you can't get from here down there. We also know that all flights coming into Santiago have either been diverted or have been sent back to their point of origin. We have some of our reporters who are coming back from vacation because in this country this is the end of the summer season, so everyone's coming back. We've had several of our reporters call in from Lima who basically said they were actually in mid-flight and got turned back around.
Oh, how interesting.
I'm trying to confirm now whether the Santiago airport is back and open. It was shut down for a while. So that pretty much is the situation right now. Again, if you look at the positives, this is a country that is really resilient. They understand the situation. There's no sense of panic that any of our reporting crews throughout the city or the rest of the region have picked up. I think everyone's trying to assess the situation and decide what the next steps are.